Sudan is a country in North Africa that's been mired in conflict since it gained independence from British colonial rule in 1956. Its tumultuous history spans civil wars, ethnic strife, and political instability, all of which have led to a staggering loss of life and the displacement of millions. In addition to these issues, Sudan has also been grappling with a severe economic crisis that has only been made worse by the COVID-19 pandemic and the Russia-Ukraine war. Inflation rates have skyrocketed to over 200%, leading to widespread social unrest. The current crisis in Sudan that began on April 15, 2023, has further exacerbated the situation, resulting in the deaths of hundreds of people and the displacement of hundreds of thousands more. So what is the source of ongoing tensions in Sudan? Why did tensions recently escalate? And why should we care about what's happening? Before I proceed, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. It's free for you to do, but helps our team out more than you know. Now without further ado, let's dive in. Sudan's ongoing conflict is deeply entrenched in its history of ethnic and religious divisions. With a diverse population consisting of Arabs, Africans, and Nubians, the country's north and south regions differ markedly in ethnic composition and religion. The north is primarily Arab and Muslim, while the south is largely African, with Christian and animist beliefs. Post-independence, the nation was governed by a succession of military regimes that quelled opposition and dissent. In 1983, a crucial shift occurred when the Sudanese government declared Arabic the national language and enforced Islamic law in the south. This incited a rebellion by the Sudan People's Liberation Army, triggering a conflict that spanned over 2 decades, led to approximately 2 million fatalities, and displaced millions. In 2005, the Comprehensive Peace Agreement was enacted, giving the South autonomy and the option for an independence referendum. Consequently, South Sudan gained independence in 2011 and emerged as the youngest nation worldwide. The peace agreement, however, did not rectify all of Sudan's issues. Lingering conflicts persisted, notably in Darfur, where the government faced allegations of backing Arab militias against non-Arab groups. The Darfur conflict caused an estimated 300,000 deaths and displaced over 2 million people. In 2009, the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant for Sudan's President Omar al-Bashir, accusing him of war crimes and genocide in Darfur. The recent conflict in Sudan ignited on 15 April 2023, with violent encounters between the Sudanese armed forces under the command of General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan and the Rapid Support Forces. These conflicts, while primarily concentrated in Sudan's capital, Khartoum, have spread across the expansive country, causing the deaths of hundreds and the displacement of hundreds of thousands. The ongoing strife has been fueled by political discord between the military and civilian factions. In 2019, widespread protests against Omar al-Bashir's near 3-decade rule culminated in the military ousting the long-term leader. A subsequent power-sharing agreement established a semblance of balance between the military and civilian groups. This, however, was abruptly disrupted on 25 October 2021 when the military dissolved the Sovereign Council and seized control of the nation. Sudan's current conflict has both regional and global implications, largely due to its strategic location at the nexus of the Middle East, Africa, and the Red Sea. It holds a pivotal role in the geopolitics of the region and stands as a key stakeholder in the Nile River Basin, which is home to over 400 million people. The ongoing strife, particularly in Darfur, has rippled out to destabilize neighboring countries like Chad and the Central African Republic. Long-standing border disputes with Ethiopia and internal conflicts within newly independent South Sudan further compound regional instability. The most recent escalation in Sudan could further aggravate an already volatile region. The situation in Sudan is a humanitarian crisis with global implications. The country is home to significant reserves of natural resources, including oil and gold, and any disruption in production could have a significant impact on already erratic global markets. Sudan is also an important transit point for migrants and refugees seeking to reach Europe, and instability in the country could lead to an increase in migration flows. The economic downturn and ongoing conflicts have led to a shortage of basic necessities such as food and medicine. According to the UN, over 400,000 people have been displaced since the conflict began in April 2023, while over 9 million Sudanese are currently in dire need of humanitarian assistance and over 5 million are facing acute food insecurity. The situation is particularly dire in Darfur, where millions of people have been displaced and are living in camps without access to basic services. Many countries, including the UK, have evacuated their citizens from the country. The UN Security Council has urged all parties to engage in dialogue and find a peaceful solution to the conflict, while the African Union has also called for a peaceful resolution and expressed concern about the humanitarian situation in the country. The situation remains tense, and the international community is closely monitoring developments in Sudan.